Hey guys, BassGeek here, and I'm going to show you how to fish a jig in the fall, and I'm going to give something away. Hey guys, it is that time of month again. It's the time of month where I give away to one of you guys a free MTB Pro Box. This week's box is pretty sweet, boys and girls. It is got some pretty cool stuff in it. I am really excited about this box. Really didn't want to give it to you guys. I am getting eat up by bugs, forgive me. But, you know, I am a man of my word. Just so you know, I have partnered up, if you don't know already, with Mystery Tackle Box, so that every single month they send me a Mystery Tackle Box Pro, and I, in turn, send it to you. So that you guys can see how fun it is to get a brand new box of baits that you may have never tried ever in your life. And with the code BassGeek, it's that simple. BassGeek, you can start your own subscription and get your first box for as low as $5. Forgive me, I was about to slobber on you there. That's such a good deal. I was gonna slobber. Anyway, so you can enjoy getting baits sent to you every single month, and I say it every single week, and I know there's guys out there that sit around and they go, oh well, I don't want to do this, and I'd rather pick my baits out. Listen guys, I don't know about y'all, but I waste 20 bucks every single month on baits that probably will never see the light of day. So the good thing about it is these are baits that I'm gonna spend $20 a month on, and I might actually find a bait that I'll use for the rest of my life, because I actually get to put it on a rod and reel, throw it, and decide if it's good stuff or if it's junk. Reading about it or hearing other people talking about it, I mean, I've tried to put them, you know, tie some people to my line, but it just doesn't work the same. All right, so let's open the daggone box. All right guys, the very first thing, and you will see, this is the Zman CrossEyeZ flipping jig, and you'll see it is very much a Arky style head. It's a little wider. We'll talk about this. You know, don't know about that yellow head, spring pumpkin. You know, it is fall, but you know, it's kind of a pumpkin green flake. This is a pretty cool little bait right here. I'd like to actually get out and try. This is a frog. It's kind of like a frog, like a whopper plopper frog. So the little feet kind of twist and turn, and it's by Lunker Hunt. Good looking little bait. I'd like to try that out, but I won't, because I'm going to send it to you guys. And as always guys, I mean, the tested, the proven, we all know this is the Chatterbait Freedom. Shake that skirt down. Okay, there's a piece stuck. But anyway, by Zman. So you're getting a couple things from Zman, the Chatterbait Freedom. And basically it is what appears to be a wobble head style chatterbait. Pretty interested in that too. You get some good old Mustad EWG hooks. These are 5/0. Love Mustad stuff. I love Mustad stuff. Here's a, that is me on a crankbait. No, it's really not. But anyway, he doesn't have a beard like me. But anyway, pretty cool. Catchco, Dibble Digest. Nice little finessey. This is the Prank small version. Now this is a popper, and it kind of also dives. I've been wanting to try these. You know, just kind of see what the kind of what and how you would really use that. And here's some big bite baits, swim baits. I don't remember the name of these. Let's see what they're called. Big bite baits, cane thumper. I don't have canes, So I wonder if they'll thump like laydowns, blowdowns, that sort of stuff. But Big Bite Baits, it's a translucent, got a little bit of orange on the bottom. You know, kind of a bluegill, sunfish sort of color. You know me, I am always down for some swim bait tossing. All right, let's see here, boys and girls, is what the box costs. Now guys, generally you're gonna get $40 worth of gear at, you know, a fraction of the cost in these pro boxes. Now, here's the deal. I'm gonna show you this week how to fish this sweet little flipping jig. But we ain't gonna flip it. Well, not necessarily a lot. And no, I'm not gonna take this one out of the package because I know flipping a jig around, it's a very good possibility that I get it hung and I lose it. So I'm not gonna take a chance of losing your baits. Instead, I've already got one very much like it. The color's a little different, but it's the same exact thing. And we're gonna go and I'm gonna show you where, when, how I like to throw this bait during the fall. All right, so let's talk about rod, reel, and line setup. And I wanna touch on something real quick because I did mention it earlier. Now this is my flipping stick. Now generally when I'm fishing, you know, a lot more sparse cover, what I'm gonna be going with is just a cast and jig sort of setup. But just in case, just for you guys that are flipping boat docks, you're around a lot of grass, a lot of timber, like you see in the background if you come up on this sort of stuff, but it needs to be mixed in with rocks a lot of times. Now, believe it or not, crawfish love grass. So, you know, sometimes when you get them around grass because of all the, you know, plankton, all the microorganisms that's in that grass, the crawfish love it. So if you're around a lot of grass, a jig can be a good thing too. And that's when I actually go to this sort of head, unlike the head, the Arky style head that we're talking about in the mystery tackle box. This is actually a trash master. Love this jig. It's got a great head for that sort of stuff. But rod, reel, and line setup. Generally, if I'm flipping this and I'm going to be, you know, putting it around a lot of, you know, heavier cover, I'm going with a 7'6" heavy fast action. I've got a 7.5 to 1. I like to keep my, you know, flipping rods and reels and my pitching rods and reels, my reels on that little lower speed, because when you set the hook, you've still got enough torque to get them out. So I generally don't go above that 7.5. I don't have to pump my rod, which is a great way. When you get that rod tip up high, you're pumping that fish out of cover. You get it at an 11:30 to 12, you're gonna snap that rod. You're gonna snap it. So you want to be able to torque them out. So don't, in my opinion, don't go over that 7.5 to 1 when you're flipping heavy cover. I'm gonna, for me, again, because you can see the sort of stuff that I'm flipping or around boat docks, for me, I'm going to put 20-pound fluorocarbon on here. I will go up to 25-pound if I'm around boat docks, a lot of man-made metal, sharp sides, sharp objects, but I've never broke a fish off in wood with 20-pound test. And I'm not sponsored by them, but P-line, 100% fluorocarbon. I'm telling you, 20-pound test, you can't break the stuff. Not sponsored by them. They've never gave me a thing free, but when it comes to flipping, I've got P-line on my flipping and pitching rods. Like I said, if you're around grass, you want to go straight braid. Any other time, 20 to 25-pound test. And that's pretty much it on the flipping stuff. 90% of the time though, using the Arky style head, and like I said, this is mine. I'm not going to use your jig out of the box because you guys know I'm going to give it away to you. And jigs can be lost easily. I know a lot of you guys know that. So, you know, I'm not gonna lose your jig, okay? So I'll just use one of mine. The color's a little different. But generally, when I use that jig, I'm fishing lighter wood around rocks, kind of open, not, you know, jagged or riprap. These things get hung up so much in riprap, it's insane. There's a particular way to fish that. We'll talk about that another day. But generally, I'm casting this. Here's the setup that I think you should use when you're just casting this around moderate to light cover, rock, and that sort of thing. Now, unlike the reel on the other one, this is an 8 1-to-1, and this is a Lew's LFS speed spool. Love these things. It's got a nice, you know, when you're casting and you're working a jig, you know, that's how I like to hold mine. I like to have my finger on the line so I get even more transmission. But I don't mind a high speed. I'm not, you know, wrenching it out of heavy cover. So I want to keep up with the fish, and I want to get that fish in the boat. This is a 7.3, a 7 foot to 7.3, medium heavy, fast action tip is where I like to be with this. As far as the line, I tend to go, I fish clear water. You can go down as far as 12-pound fluorocarbon. My sort of happy medium is 15. I use it more than anything. And generally I will go up to 17 pound. But if I'm fishing clear water and I'm not around a lot of wood, a lot of times what I'm going to be flipping is that 12 to 15, 15 being my go-to. I think I just heard maybe a coyote in the mountain, a coyote pup barking. But anyway, so that is my go-to rod, reel, and line setup for the Zman CrossEyeZ. So now let's talk about where and how I like to fish these Arky style or these skipping jigs. Guys, during the fall, places like this are perfect. They are perfect. You got a little bit of wood, you've got kind of those flat rocks with a little bit of that, you know, gravel, you know, style, smaller chunk rock mixed in. And generally, you know, I'm gonna make casts right up to the bank, and I'm gonna drag that jig back. I'm gonna keep my rod tip, I'm gonna reel down, and I'm gonna keep my rod tip horizontal to the water, and then I'm just going to lift up ever so slightly and reel back down. That's how I'm gonna work this jig 90% of the time. Now, you can give it a few hops. You know, you've seen me hop it over that wood right there. Now, one of the things that I'll do is think about a crawdad or a crayfish when it's scurrying away. So I'll reel up and I'll just barely, I think I had a bite right there actually. I'll just barely move that jig, very little, you know, 3 to 6 inch little hops. That's the second way I'll move it. But 90% of the time during the fall, I'm gonna drag this bait across everything. I hope that helps you catch some bass this fall. One of the neglected bites that you can actually go back and watch one of my other videos is talking about the fall crawl bite. So make sure you go check that video out. So I know what you're all waiting for. How do you enter the giveaway? Well, number one, of course, you have to be subscribed. So if you haven't subscribed, make sure you get your rear ends out there, hit the subscribe button, and then right beside of it, there's a little bell. So hit the ding dong too. Subscribe, ding dong. Got me? You know, clean your minds out, but just subscribe and the ding dong. You got what I'm saying to you. All right. So here's all I want you to do. Like I say, I always keep my giveaways real simple, and so what I want you to do is just say hashtag Zman, and you will be entered to win this month's Mystery Tackle Box Pro giveaway. All right, As always, questions and comments in the comment section below, and to be entered, you better make sure you enter #ZMans. Like it if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. Make sure you ring that bell, hit that ding dong, so that you get the notifications when these videos come out. Guys, it is so important that you guys keep up and watch these videos. A, because I feel like I'm dropping some good knowledge on you. B, because it helps the channel analytics and helps the channel grow. C, well, just because I enjoy you guys hanging out with me. And, as always, you guys rock.